Hello, hello. ARIVE Nation, welcome to Broker Connect. Happy Friday. My name's Jalen Vick. I'm part of our enterprise sales team here at ARIVE, and we're glad you could join us today. If you aren't familiar with our Broker Connect, it is our bi-weekly interactive session featuring our top brokers and power users of ARIVE. It's a great opportunity for you to learn best practices and see how others are leveraging the platform and pick up on a ton of useful tips. Today we have Tony Fitzgerald of our First Response Mortgage powered by Barrett Financial Group, and he's going to share some tips with us to help you leverage ARIVE with your business. But before I pass it off to him, I do want to share some of our events that we do have every week that are free. We have our onboarding session every Monday at 10 a.m., which is great for admins or brand new users to start there. We also have two sessions of new user training every Tuesday and Thursday. We have part one at 10 a.m. and part two at 12 noon. And then we also have every single day our Arrive Live Q&A with our product experts at noon Pacific. Arrive University will be every other Friday. This is where you can learn about all the updates and enhancements and new features we've added directly from Harish, our CEO. And then, of course, we have this session, Broker Connect, every other Friday. If you want more information on this, these are all free events. You can go to arrive.com/events. And before I jump in here and let Tony take it away, thank you so much for being here. Why don't you introduce yourself and your brokerage before we get started and just a little bit about how you got in the business and started using Arrive?
Okay, thank you for having me on. I'm Tony Fitzgerald. My brand is First Response Mortgage. I recently switched to Barrett Financial in January. I had been with another brokerage for about 2 years, and I had switched from broker or switched from direct lender at Academy Mortgage just before they got sold to Guild. And I have loved being a broker. And we all know that the other POSs and LOSs really stink. So it was a real blessing for me to find Arrive as soon as we went came became a broker. Prior to that, I was a firefighter for 27 years in Sarasota, Florida, in the city of Venice. I was a lieutenant. Uh, Developed a marine rescue program. I used to jump out of helicopters for offshore boat racing. I worked on Miami Vice the movie with Colin Farrell, Jamie Foxx. We did a bunch of crazy stuff. Recently, I helped with a Red Bull stunt, so I'm still doing some kind of fun stuff on the side. But since I left, I was getting a mortgage from one of my now friends who actually got me into the business. And the mortgage, I was getting a mortgage and I was leaving the fire service. I was going to become a chief somewhere. And he said, you should do this. And I'm like, I kick down doors and rescue babies. I don't own a suit except for a funeral and any kind of interviews. So he's like, yeah, no, that's not what this is. So basically I said yes. They handed me a laptop and said, okay, good luck. So I've learned over the past 11 years, just different things to do. I love to educate myself. And one great thing to match with Arrive is that I like to use psychology in everything that I do. And this is what I mean by that. As a firefighter, you kind of have to be one of the best salespeople on the planet, even though you don't realize you're being a customer service representative because you're there with people at their worst moments. And when you're doing mortgages are pretty tough and they can be super stressful. Believe it or not, everyone that is in the mortgage industry, I'm going to say that it's more stressful to do mortgages than it is to be a firefighter
Wow.
chronically, just not acutely, like just not at the moment, right? There's some high stress moments, but overall, we all know that this is a stressful business because, we've got everybody's finances and dreams and hopes in our hands. And if we mess up, that's a big deal. So, connecting that to Arrive, I have learned over the years that I'm sure you guys have done this, right? They send you bank statements that are missing the blank page. They've blacked out their a number or a purchase or they're missing pages. you get a lot of kickback from different things when you're asking for them. And what I've learned over the years is to put that into my process and in my requests and in my video content. And can I share? Can I go ahead and share my
Your
screen?
rules, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
So
that
that's what I want
that
to do.
one page.
So I've learned, I do a few things. I record all my calls, and I transcript them so that I can take great notes. There's a great note section in Arrive, so I upload all those notes into Arrive. I went and recorded all of the steps at a podcast studio. It cost me about $300 for an hour, and I did all the scripting of all the steps that I wanted to do. And if you go to YouTube, you can go to YouTube and pull up Fast Mortgage Now, no spaces. That is my YouTube channel. But I'm going to go ahead and share how I have leveraged Arrive in order to do this. So let's see. I'm going to go over to I'm going to minimize the screen. Hang on a second here. Um, all right, you guys should see Barrett Financial Arrive. Do you see that? Is that what you're seeing?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna jump a few over a few things. Here is my YouTube channel. Okay. I have got every step of the mortgage industry or every step of the mortgage process and more videos that I don't even use because I didn't realize, the checkpoints Arrive was going to have. But I went ahead and pre-recorded these because I wanted to put it in my CRM so that at every checkpoint, a video would go out to the client. And it's not a personalized video, but it's a video that talks about this is where you're at. This is what this means. This is what you need to know. This is what's happening next, so that everyone is always informed throughout the entire process. So one of those, is the first, just filling out title paperwork, right? All of these different things. So I also, you can take. This is really cool. Does anybody have their application link customized? And what I mean by that is if you go to my application link, of course it's going to show our picture. But if you can add a video to this link right in Arrive, and it's going to show you the thumbnail. So if I send my application link, if I text it to someone, what shows up is not just some link. It is my thumbnail from YouTube, and it's bright and it's in their face, and it's high level and it's attractive to them. So um it's just a really great thing to customize. Okay, I'm going to go over to the client's need rules. Okay, let's start over here with um going to the templates. Okay, so how to customize those templates is we go into these templates, and I don't change any of this stuff, right? I do make sure that the right people are getting all of this because I want to advertise that I'm doing this to the seller's agents, to the buyer's agents, to the title company, to the transaction coordinators, because they'll all equally be impressed. We're not giving any information out to them except for just steps and next steps. So for instance, this is just got pre-approved, right? And this is a video about pre-approval and next steps. And this is about your home search so that they know to contact me to make sure that that home that they'd like to make an offer on works for them, is financeable. So these videos do that. The next set of videos are really great. And you come in here, and I'm going to show you how to do this real quick. So you record your videos, you get them on YouTube, you make sure you get some good thumbnails. But when we're making formal loan application, how many times does title go, do we have, or transaction coordinator, did we have formal loan application yet? Well, they should be, like, as soon as we go to loan setup, this goes out, and they should get notified. This way there's less questions asked from everybody. And how many times have anyone been asked where I got this link to fill out, and it looks a lot like your loan application, but it is the title company's information. So people will call me and have some, pushback or questions on that. So this tells them exactly that that step's going to happen as soon as we're in loan setup. Each one of these, you know, does this clear to close, right? So all of these do this, and then loan funded is congratulations, right? And at the end of this, we talk about first payment, loan servicing. We want to answer every question that a client has typically had for you they don't even call you for those reasons. Now, sometimes they're going to, and I don't mean that we don't want to talk to our clients, but we want to talk to our clients, the appraisal's out. Hey, appraisal came in. It was great. You have instant equity, right? We want to talk to them so that they're always excited about this transaction. And we want to answer those questions before they ever call you. And this is one way to do it. So I always tell people when they're going through my process, make sure you watch the videos. Most of them do, but make sure that you watch the videos. So again, what I don't do is I don't really mess with anything here because it's already set up for me. I don't need to do much of that. But if I want to add a video, right, I make sure that I'm up here in this cursor, okay? And then I'm going to go to this button right here. See this? Or, right, show this is it, right? So look, insert link, okay? Hang on a second, pop up. Here's your YouTube pop up. So I go over to YouTube. I make sure that I copy. Um, I'm going to, hang on a second, share this, and I need to use this link. Okay. Copy it and paste it into here and insert, and then it'll pop right into that. Okay. That is the way that you add videos. The video portions are super great, and it has honestly changed a lot of my business because people talk about it. They can find it on YouTube. Sometimes the realtors will just forward the entire playlist to their borrowers so that they can start understanding the mortgage process. Some people love to see it and watch it in advance. So, and it helps let them know who I am. And this is one way to say face to face with them. You might not ever see them in person except for their driver's licenses, but they see you. And that's a really important thing to do.
This is
Um,
all so incredible. I love it.
the other really great thing that I love to do, we're all using AI, hopefully. Okay. Um, I'm okay. Most of my posting and stuff does not have the emojis because it's recognized, but let's make stuff fun in here and put a little emojis because how many people ask for bank statements that says literally it says please or need 60 days bank statements. That's it, right? Um, and if you can go over to your client's needs rules and go ahead. If you have arrived, go tell me how many you have. Okay. If anyone is there, you can tell me how many you have. Well, I've created all these and I label them for myself the way I want to label them. Like this is for bank statement income. This one is for rental income. So basically, if anyone has real estate usage type investment, it's going to automatically send this. But I don't just send, hey, I need your leases. We talk about everything that we need. And I describe it so that there's less questions asked and and we're being instructional, informative, and transparent with everybody. Purchase agreement. This is if it's a purchase. Obviously, most people don't have that. I leave it in here, um, and it says, if you already have a purchase agreement, also called the sales contract. How many people have different names like you've heard it? So people get confused sometimes with these different names. So you got to make sure that you're using the terminologies that they might use. If they have bankruptcy, it automatically requests for this. And look, life happens. The guidelines just want the paperwork so we can keep things moving toward the next chapter, right? We're trying to make sure that we are being very thoughtful to them and sometimes a little fun too. I tried to make these fun. I mean, you could take and make these, and if you had a theme, you can literally theme them out, right? I'm known as the mortgage Jedi, so some of the stuff that I do, my AI answers on my go high level, and it answers questions as if you're a Padawan, and it's right, it's fun, you know. Um, but if you look
And
at
you're
the
making
stuff,
them feel comfortable, right? Like this
yeah,
is
I
just
mean,
normal
and people
language.
will comment like, "This is my type of thing," you know. They'll be this was so less stuffy, right? Um, and we'll go just down to the bank statement. Like here, LES. How many automatically ask for LES if you got borrower military service active service? You can do that, right? So if you guys aren't doing this, I'm going to show you how to do one. There's one thing that I'm going to have to get. If the is the person on that you said was going to be on here, that your
Oh,
trainer?
that maybe Corey will be able
Yeah,
to show
yeah.
you how to do the expert level.
So there's something that I want to do that I'm not sure how to do yet. I just haven't really spent time in there. But I mean, look, it asks for the VA certificate of eligibility, a COE, or the DD 214 because you never know what you're going to get, right? And financial assets. I had a guy got like usually we ask for bank statements, and I've got a guy that said, oh well, I don't consider my investment in financial statements bank statements. So I'm like, okay, let's change the wording of that. So I always hit every time someone has a pushback, I'm adding it to my system, financial account statements, assets, right? Please upload the most two months of statements, bank accounts, blah 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 blah, right? And here's the thing, like, download the PDF statement. Okay. We avoid paper and screenshots. No need to sacrifice a forest. We try to have some fun with it. Include all pages, even the blank ones, because we don't know they're blank until we see them. Um, and don't crop or black out anything, and relax. No one's judging your Starbucks habit, your late night Amazon purchases. We're just verifying funds, not auditing your lifestyle, So these are ways to reduce friction, and make your life really easy. Um, and I love Arrive for that reason. I mean, it's so customizable. My clients get the Tony experience, what I've created, and it's just a really great process. So,
Well, and
um,
you're the most efficient person I might have ever seen, right? Because you have these systems in place that you took the time one time to set it all up and you keep adjusting and it's just flowing for you.
yeah, absolutely. And realtors love it. They compliment it. Listing agents go, "Oh my gosh, thank you for all the updates." Because again, you can choose who those updates are going to.
Yeah, and then talk a little bit about the like Arrive community, right? Because obviously you're on there and you're big in the Facebook group and the feedback. Like, what do
I
you
was
feel
really
about that?
surprised. Like, I know that people don't, I love to help people, competitors, not like we're all in this industry. And man, sometimes you feel like you're on an island, no matter how big or small your company is. So I do love the different broker, Facebook pages out there. I think Arrive page is really good because it again, it's very valuable. But when I put that in there, I expected some traction, but there were 600 comments on that message, and clearly it's something people want to learn. So I was kind of surprised. I mean, I knew it's valuable, but you know,
Well,
so
even the Arrive team has some questions for you, which I love. Lorinda asked, "What are you trying to trigger?"
what do you mean? I'm sorry, I'm
Lorinda,
not sure.
do you want to
I think you
clarify?
said you couldn't figure out which documents or what you were trying to trigger. So I was just
Oh,
curious what you were trying
you
to.
mean the new thing that I want to do? I just
Yeah.
I just want to have I want to add a I want to add, I don't want to add a new rule. I just want, when I go to request something, and right now, if you go to request a document for your client, and I look up bank statements, right? It's just a simple bank statement. I want to have my own bank statement 24-month, but that's not going
Okay.
to be an automated rule. So I'm not sure. I
Just
didn't
turn it
research
off.
where to put that. Huh?
Just turn it to inactive and it still pulls up in your client needs in the loan file under custom. It'll show
Okay.
you
Okay.
custom in the purple.
All right.
Just name it slightly different than if you,
right. What I put in there is I turned off the rule, so I don't know if that was right or not.
no, yep,
So,
just make it inactive. It still shows up
okay.
in client
Yeah.
needs in the loan files.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, I was just looking. Sorry, I didn't even show you guys that. But does anyone want to see how to set up one of these, or do you guys want to not look at it? I mean, I can just quickly show you how to set these up. Okay,
Getting
sounds
lots
like
of
that's a
thumbs up.
yes. I think this is the right screen. Are we looking at my screens?
Yes, now we're on your
Okay.
rules.
So I'm gonna go to new rule. Okay. And one that I wanted to put in there is you can ask it for a signature inquiry. You can just ask them to, different things. You can change it to any of these borrowers, right? You can change it. So I want a document upload. The one I'm going to request is not going to be automatic. NewRes has a few of them have a really great asset qualifier, and NewRes has only asked for one current month of assets and one from 6 months ago. So we don't have a specific thing that is automatically set up. So I wanted to create my own, right? So there is not going to be that here. So what I do is I click enter it manually. I go over to the asset qualifier that I just created this morning because I wanted to add it. I just copy it, bring it back over here into the main body, paste. Okay. Now I also take this one and paste it up here. Okay. So now, client need type, this one is income because we're using assets as income. And you can have a condition of, right? I can put income. So you can't turn this off until you have a condition. So what I do is on this one, I just put other. Okay. And then I can save this condition. Okay. Right. And then I can go back into the asset qualifier and turn off the actual condition. And now it's available for me to select. Okay. Um, so for instance, if we go to disability income, right? If they put disability income, if they put pension income, it's going to ask for this. If they put, right, retirement, IRA distribution income, trust income, Social Security income, if there are so many ways to become a sniper with Arrive and pinpoint your documents. Child support, right? Alimony. You can see, right? Bonus commissions, pay stubs, income verification. So here's your normal one, right? If they have any kind of bonus, if they have any kind of income that's W-2, I do this, but then I have one for variable income. So if the stuff is in bonus commissions, overtime, tips, then it'll send the variable income out too, asking for the end of year pay stubs. Um, you've got if there's real estate and pending sale, this automatically asks for anything that shows that it's either pending sale or it is sold. So and I just added, like I said, I just added two today. So I think there's only like 12 original ones in there for our company. But this is all, you know, that's it. So
Does everybody at Barrett want to copy all your rules? Do you share them?
yeah, if they want to, they certainly can.
And hopefully not with your
Barrett
videos.
doesn't know me much yet. I just joined January, and a lot of the other companies that I was involved with a lot of the beta stuff and production and helping with systems and processes. So
All right, let me see if anybody has any questions. You guys want to come off mute or throw them in the chat to us? Let us know what
I
you
have a
are
question.
thinking. Yeah.
I came in a little late and I'm sorry. But where do you get the language for your rules?
I make them.
Okay.
So based on my own knowledge, right? and what I know the kickbacks are, I will go over to chat and I have created, if you go all the way to the beginning of this, it's going to say, I want to make this, it takes a couple of iterations to get it right. And I want to
Hmm.
make this professional, use some emojis. Like I intentionally use emojis here to make it a little bit more interesting and make it more fun. Now, on the divorce one, I said, don't make that one fun. I'm like, just like regular, right? Don't make, there's certain ones that, like maybe disability, you don't want to make fun, or right. So you do have to think about what you're asking for and whether or not we want to make it fun or not.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We got one in the chat. Speaking of beta, did you look at the new automation rules released this week?
I have not yet. Who can tell us about them?
Maybe Lorinda wants to go into the details. We got a lot of product experts on today.
I don't do math, and that's what the new ones remind me of, so I haven't got brave yet. So um they I think it'll be accomplished a lot for some of those pieces to notify and stuff, though it looks really cool. I haven't had a chance to play with it much myself either, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, Jalen, that was me. This is Nathan over
I
over the
know. I
compliance
saw.
team. I'm sorry. So, I was actually asking the question because this is pretty powerful stuff, and I'm looking at what you're doing so far. The new rules allow you to put math inside of your business rules. So if I want to say this is 5% of the purchase price, seller contributions not to exceed 6%, you can put a new list of arguments that weren't available before. And I don't know if you had a chance to look at it yet. So I was just super curious because
No, I
it,
definitely would like to. Are you guys going to do some training on that?
Corey, are you on? We have a training guy now. So he's Corey Burns is here. He's gonna be doing something on it, I'm sure.
And which button do you click to look at that? Is it in the automation rules or
Yeah, it's under the automation rules.
okay?
I'm unfortunately in a dev environment that I can't show screens right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, there's the ability to add functions and equations inside of the business rules now, so you can stack them. It's super deep. So
Okay.
given
Uh,
what you're capable of doing, I was wondering if you had a chance to get it because I would love to get your feedback on it.
I haven't, but I just shared something because you reminded me. I do have one automation rule. Because if we have an appraisal waiver, it's great to let everyone know that there's an appraisal waiver when instead of people going, hey, when are you going to order that appraisal? So I had a trigger for automation rule, and that go ahead and that notifies people that there is an appraisal waiver, and it's saying no appraisal yet. I also put in there, there's a chance that it could be removed for whatever reason if we change LTVs or whatever. So but that's good. So in here, you're saying that triggers, we can go in here into the triggers and develop these rules you're talking about.
Yeah, go ahead and pop open the loan you just the rule you just had.
Okay.
Not triggers yet, but actions.
So
Triggers
you
will
see,
come out.
yeah, you see that little formulas button. So if the
Oh,
appraisal
okay.
has
Got it.
changed to wave, now you have the
Okay.
ability to add formulas inside of it, and you can put in the arguments, whatever you want to have. And you can
Okay.
also do that on the action. So hit cancel out of this and scroll down a little bit. So your
Okay.
actions are going to send a notification, and you can also stack your actions.
Okay.
And then you
Add
can
a
also
criteria.
and then add a criteria or formula. So I can say if it's 5% of this field and calculate based on that. Um,
Okay.
so this is kind of brand new as of this week. So you
We'll
struck me
we'll
as
have
somebody
to
who'd be
dig
good at
deep.
this.
Well, that sounds good. We'll have to dig deep into how to leverage that, and we'll be on the next one to talk about that one. So, is this useful to everybody? I mean,
Completely.
everyone
Yes.
like this?
Hi, I have a question. My name's Irma. In your client needs that you set up, do you have those set up from the point of sale as well, or is it just after?
Yes, it's from the point of sale. Well, it's so the point of sale, you know, for Arrive, to me it's one whole thing. So yes, so
Right.
as they are filling it out, it's
Mhm.
going to stack those needs rules. And as soon as they push submit, it puts all of those needs rules into the task list.
Okay,
Something
perfect.
else that I didn't show you that I think is important too. Who takes credit card information over the phone or on some kind of form instead of using a link for your credit pulls?
So definitely want to know that, but I do have a question in regards to the
Yeah.
needs list real quick for the trainers.
Okay.
So
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
from a company standpoint, if a company has set up basic client needs at both point of sale or let's say even after, when someone like Tony goes and creates their own, that does not affect the company structure, correct? Like each
No.
person individual can do their own customization to the system without it interfering, or basically will override the company settings and let them do their own thing, correct?
You are correct.
Okay.
And I'll show you how that works, right? So when you're doing your settings, you're going to go to settings. Here's company settings. This is user settings. This is the only
Right,
place
right,
you're going to operate. So it will not affect that.
right. Because I do the company settings and I want to make sure that we can roll this up, make sure that our salespeople know that they can also do their own custom ones on their own that's specific to them.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's great for everybody to know. I mean, it does make life so much easier. Um,
I love the appraisal link and credit card link. That is like, I would say probably one of the most underutilized options that people have. And then you're not responsible for all that information and where you're storing it.
right. So here, what I did, let me go find it. Okay. I had one for soft credit, but I really am not doing a lot of soft credit pulls. So I do mostly hard credit pulls, but let me go find it. Sorry. So here it is. So this is what it is. I got to how much it's going to cost. I'm using on this, I'm using Cisco. Okay. So I let them know where the charge is going to appear, because how many times have they been asked, "Oh, I've got this thing on here. What is that from you?" So all of the questions that you get asked, you throw on these things. But this right here, you can, okay, let me just show you how to do this. You go get your link, okay, and you type in this right here. But then you see this, there's an insert link here. So you put your URL here so it doesn't look like some silly link, right? And you update it. So now it's blue and it's able for them to click on and goes right to the payment of the credit report. I also explained to them, I know that I haven't really, we're supposedly no trigger leads anymore, but I'm keeping this in here. And it just kind of gives them ideas. If you want to opt out of any of that, here it is. Usually 45 days counts as one inquiry. It's all these things. It's also and a little bit of why I charge for your credit pull, right? And I explain that to clients too, because I don't know if you've seen what like some of these direct lenders are charging for credit pulls at closing, but it's like $400. So
Yeah.
that's, hey, they're making you pay for everybody else's credit pull that didn't get a mortgage. I'm not going to do that. So we just charge you up front.
I love that explanation.
Yeah, it helps. So this is just probably the best. If you only change one in one of your things, I think this is the one that you can change that will save you a lot of time.
Do you have it for the appraisal order too?
I don't, because there's so many different people that we order from. So I don't, because we don't have a one specific appraisal
Gotcha.
place that we order from.
Gotcha. What
Good
other
idea
questions
though.
do you guys have? Irma, did you have one? You're on mute.
No, I've already asked it, but thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Irma.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to share one other thing that along with our we should be using psychology of just influence to be able to understand and learn our clients so well that we listen to them. That's why I record all of their phone calls and I transcribe it. And then I've got a GPT made that automatically turns it into a text message back to them of what they need to do. And then it automatically creates my underwriting, my notes from a processor, and I can just copy and paste it right into here. So leveraging your time is so important. but language is so important too. And I had a processor reach out to a client, and I don't know how many times you've heard this: the underwriter needs, the underwriter needs, the underwriter needs, the underwriter needs. Some people are like, who is this underwriter? Let me talk to them. So I've made sure that we change that language completely. And I always say, processing, everyone says, man, the underwriting was so fast, underwriters got through it. And here are the conditions needed by the guidelines, right? We didn't say an underwriter needed it. We now the guidelines require us to grab these conditions. So you can't get upset at someone for guidelines, but you can certainly get upset at someone asking for those things. So just something I wanted to pass on to you. It's so important for smooth transactions for everybody.
I love that. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff today. Anybody else have any questions? You can either throw it in the chat or come off mute.
And
Tony, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about coming to Arrive, that's on the fence, that maybe has another competitor that they're using and they're worried about the data migration and all that stuff? How is that for you since, like you said, you haven't been over here that long?
actually, data migration was really easy. You can actually do it in bulk. So you can actually, and that's really great. So you can, download your Fannie Mae's, you can, whatever it is, you can upload them in bulk. I mean, it's really great. So data migration was really easy. It doesn't keep, if I'm going from one company to the next, it's not going to keep your pipeline from last year, but it's going to have your current pipeline in there. You just got to take screenshots of that and make sure that you save it right. But it was really easy, and gosh, coming from I don't even remember the name of it anymore. It's the one that everybody uses, right? It's the direct lending portal where there's underwriting and everything. I mean,
Oh, Encompass.
yeah, Encompass is terrible. No matter what it was terrible. And what's really cool about this is your CRM in progress. You don't have to have another CRM that you send all these messages out. This is your CRM in progress. And then you only need a CRM for clients that have fell through the cracks, or new clients, or people that haven't filled in an app, or your home buyers, the ones that have already purchased. So I think it really takes care of a lot, and it makes, you don't I do have this API directly to, um I got see a question there. I do have this API right to go high level. I built my own CRM because I didn't like anyone else's, so I built my own. And so it comes in, all the information that I want into my go high level comes in, and then I've got an A2P number to talk to people on their birthdays. So once they're in there, then my A2P number reaches out, text messages their birthdays, and when they respond, my AI responds back to them. And when they put in a Google review, then the AI automatically puts a great response. So there's so much you can do that takes your time away. I did see a request in there, and every one of those are automated except for two. The 26 are all automated, 24 of those requests. Did you see that
Yeah,
request in the?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that all the different things that you're doing, like I said, just make you so efficient. And there's going to be a lot of people that rewatch this one and get some really good tips. Takes time setting up, but like you said, once you're flowing, it does it all for you. So I
Yeah.
love hearing
And
that.
if anybody wanted a more personal one-to-one stuff, or even a group to one, I was we had talked about doing this, and then maybe a focused educational day where everyone was actually working on their stuff and trying to help with some product support or something. So
Well,
we
and you
can
probably
do.
get more business from this, don't you think? Like more
Yeah.
realtors are impressed with you and
Oh, for sure,
recommend
for
you.
sure. Yep, absolutely.
Do you
Yep.
use the realtor portal, by the way?
That's the next thing I'm going to leverage. Right now, I haven't, because I have a different system. Because I want, when they send my link, I just haven't done that yet. It's something that I've been thinking about leveraging. I have a great system where every realtor I know is supposed to text message us together, right? And then I get on that phone call and I send them the information, and then I send them a link. But yeah, that's not a bad idea. And I do like that. I just haven't leveraged it yet.
Awesome. Any other questions you guys have before we let Tony go and thank him for doing such an amazing job and giving us so many valuable tips?
I see someone says the Kessel run, the Kessler run. Yeah, yeah. So who is Lemon Insco? That's a Star Wars reference. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
You said that
Levin's
you'd
on
be
our
able to
team. Go ahead, Bradford.
you said you'd be able to rewatch this. Is it going to be archived somewhere?
Yes, we will have it on our YouTube page. And then we usually send out an email the following week letting you know once it is released and posted.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Anything
Well,
else?
yeah, glad to be on here, guys. I will put another link in the Arrive group for maybe some time just to get on my Rome video conferencing. So
Awesome. We thank you so much for your time. This was extremely valuable. And you guys can catch us back here for another Broker Connect in 2 weeks. And thank you all for joining us on Have a Great Weekend.